Hey guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Today we're going to take the Saint Nick die set from Spellbinders. This has been out since, I believe, July, Christmas in July, or it may be longer. I'm pretty sure that's when this one came out. Anyway, it is still available on their website. Fabulous. But we're going to take this and we're going to turn it into a light up card using some easy lights from Pear Blossom Press. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and assemble our little Santa. I've got all the pieces cut out and it's really easy to assemble, and I believe I've got another video up showing how to do that too. So if y'all are interested, you can check back on that. We've got multiple pieces for our tree. I think I'm going to go ahead and start that, and then this piece is of course for the stem. I've got everything pretty much just cut out in pattern in colored paper, including some glitters, to make it easy to get everything put together and not have to think about doing any kind of coloring. Now, you could absolutely do this and color up all your images, but I'm not doing that this time. And I do have to hold on to the glitter cardstock for a sec because this actually takes longer to dry. So I'm going to speed up all of the assembly of all the bits, and then we can get busy on the important part, which is putting everything together as a light up card. So the reason that I thought of this as being a great one for a light up card was this little lantern. Yeah, it was just the lantern. That's all it took. Anyway, I cut that out of some black cardstock and a piece of vellum. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on the bag while our glitter is, our glitter things are still trying to stick. Okay. Anyhow, let's go ahead and glue this down so that we can at least get started on getting our mechanism done. So I've got my little piece of vellum behind my lantern. It also has a couple more dies so you can give it dimension. I'm going to go ahead and add those. Those are in black. Okay, so that's basically all of the pieces we need to put together for our focal image. Now I just need to work on the background. So for the background, I decided to dive into my pattern paper packs that I have not touched in forever. This one, looking at usually it has a date on here, 2019. I just now cut this. I had never actually opened it. And as I'm flipping through, trying to pick what paper, it's like, I didn't know this was in here. So I'm probably going to do some yeah, paper pad smashing later on, not in this video. But I picked out this one. I think it would be really nice contrast between the red of Santa and the background. And one reason why I had to go 12 by 12 is because this is so tall, it has to go onto a slimline. Go ahead and adhere our Santa head and beard to the front of our Santa. And then I can start working on everything for our mechanism. Okay, so the main part of the mechanism I want it to go behind our little lantern, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of the lights, get my block again. I'm going to put the lantern, I'm going to put here. And so I want to put the light behind that. So I'm going to take my pokey tool and I'm going to put a hole right behind there. So right there. So that little hole should be right behind where the center of the light is going to be glued down. I'm not going to glue down the light yet because I can move things around just a little bit. So now that I have the hole there, I'm going to place my Santa pretty much in the center of my card, and then I'm going to add a circle, add a little dot right where that hole is. I'm going to do another one through the pattern paper. So we're going to have Santa adhered flat onto this, and the mechanism is all going to be behind here. Okay, so now I can grab out my lights. This is the fun part, guys. So we've got our light. Now I need a battery. So the batteries for this uses these really thin coin ones. There are thicker ones. That's probably the ones you're used to, but you're going to want to get the small ones if you ever want to replace the batteries. These are the CR2016. The 16th of an inch. Yeah, that's how tall that is. So I'm going to just pop that in. We've got the flat side always up, so plus to plus. And I always recommend testing before you do anything else. So I'm going to push the button and everything lights up, so we are perfect. Now on the back of this, I'm going to go ahead and adhere our first battery down because we know where we want it to be, right? And I'm just going to tape that down with some Scotch tape. I'm going to take the end of my light here. We've got the lights on there. That yellow piece you see, that is the LED. The silver side is the flat connection. So you want to put it with the yellow side facing out from your card. So I'm going to flip it over so that the silver piece is on the back here. And I'm probably going to push the light into that hole. Once I get it turned over, and let's go ahead and pop that. There we go. And now when we hit the button, we've got a light there. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead at this point and go ahead and put our Santa down and decide where I want my other lights to be. Because I think I'm going to put them behind a couple of snowflakes. And we can add those after everything else is put together. By the way, make sure everything is adhered before you do that so that you don't have your Santa falling apart. Okay, we've got our little hole there. We've got our little hole right there. Let me push the button to make sure. Perfect. And make Santa stand up straight. Nice and straight and tall. There we go. Actually, he's a little bit crooked, so now I can switch him. And that's because his feet are probably a little bit crooked. Let me adjust him. There we go. So I just used that light as the pivot point. And testing again to make sure everything is still right. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere our little lantern on. Making sure just to add glue to the places that are going to be covered. So that's going to be the top of the lantern and the bottom of the lantern. And then I'm going to place it so that the center of our lantern, that little X, is right over that button. And since his gloves are also black, you're probably not going to even notice. I may actually cut another one before I get this out, but now we have that one light where his lantern lights up. Fabulous. Okay, so I had cut out some additional snowflakes, but to be honest, I'm thinking I probably don't really need them because we've got so many snowflakes back here already. All I need to do is position the ends of my lights to go behind one of those snowflakes. So let's go ahead and do that. I think that's going to work out even better. Grab a little bit of tape so I can tape it in place. And I'm going to hold it and kind of guess and add my lights. I want this one to be right about there. That's going to be perfect. Holding the light with the other end with my finger, the cord with my finger. And I'm adding a little dot there so that I can position this so that the light is actually facing out. And then we will test it. It's a little bit low, but I'm going to move that up a little bit. And that's about perfect. And then for the other one, let's have it peeking out from behind the tree where that other snowflake is. So right about there. Should be right about there. And test. And I'm going to say that that is good. So we've got 3 little lights on there. So now what we can do is decide, first off, where do we want our mechanism? I think I'm going to have the mechanism down at the bottom, down here. And we can tape down the rest of our wires. So the wires are not actually going to be in the way. I'm going to pull them all kind of together here, tape them down. And then for my mechanism, I think I'm going to make it so that this one, I can slide the battery out going down. So this is where it slides out. So if I place my battery pack here, if you lift up the edge, you'd be able to actually remove that battery. Okay, put some double-sided tape on the front. And burnish it down with my bone folder. Remove that release paper. And then we're going to position them right about, yeah, it's going to be right about here. Okay, so now that I've got that down, I've got my button. It's going to be right about here. I know where that is. And I am going to put a little dot with my pencil there so I know where to put my push button, okay? Because I'm going to be creating push button. So next what we need to do is we need to add some tape, some foam tape to the back. So we're going to use the Pear Blossom Press World's Best Foam Tape. I love this foam tape. It is double thick. Release paper comes off super, super easy without even me needing to try to use my nails. And the best part is it is repositionable for 30 minutes. So if I make a mistake and put it down wrong, I can move it and not worry about ruining my cardstock. Okay, so I'm not going to put it right where that battery pack is. This is actually the perfect thickness so that it raises the card up to the same thickness as our battery pack. So all I need to do now is just take off all of the release paper and just pop this onto our card and maybe add a sentiment. Okay, that's a little bit crooked. Let's go ahead and pop that off and try again. And no, none of the cardstock. Cardstock is still super smooth. It doesn't matter which piece came off. I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way, and hopefully I will get it straight this time. Okay, I'm going to say that that is close enough. So there, there is our super cute card. Okay, I do need to create a push button, and what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to actually use one of the Pear Blossom Press stamps out of the Stamp and Die bundle. Okay, just stamp that out in some bee sting. It's not super bright, but that's okay. That works perfect. And I'm just going to cut this out. I'm just using my scissors for this part. Okay, and then I'll just glue that down right where our button is so that the person will know that they need to press there. Okay, and along with that, I do have some sentiments that are kind of just sitting off to the side. And I think I like this one. So this one says, sending you Christmas cheer. These are some that I foiled up using Spellbinders. I think it was a Better Press. It could have been a Glimmer, but I think it was a Better Press. Anyway, I used a recent foilable thing from Spellbinders. Pretty sure it was a Better Press plate. Anyway, I will see if I can find the link to that and put that into the description. And let's just put this up at the top. It says, sending you Christmas cheer. And I think I'm going to center it. There we go. So we've got gold that matches the gold. We've got black that matches the black. And we got sparkling, which matches all the sparkly. So anyway, I think this turned out super cute. I've been wanting to make a light up card with this little guy ever since I got the die set. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.